Hello, hello. Welcome again to another episode of Jobless Weebs. Here with me is Marco.
The big from Mexican.
And I'm Brian. How was your week?
It was okay.
Oh, all right.
It was
There were
terrible.
some terrible things that happened here.
It was terrible. I'm lying, but things after work were amazing. Things during work were not amazing, but same old.
Same old, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, dang.
But I mean, it pays equipment, so
right.
hopefully this time,
Yeah.
episode number 10.
Oh,
which
yes.
is this one.
Number 10.
We have the microphone working. We have the cameras working.
Oh, yeah.
Working, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably we will be able to redeem ourselves from that really sad event, which was episode 8, which was a great episode, but now
it was
now it's lost
right,
forever.
But it's lost,
and we will probably eventually re-record it again, which will not be the same. But I mean,
yeah. Looking forward to it.
But other than that, how was your week?
Oh yeah, my week was, it was actually pretty good. I've just been focusing on doing well at work, and then at my temp job currently, but I'm currently getting rejected at jobs I'm applying for. So soon I'm going to be in that transition again.
Oh, a jobless week.
Yes. Yep. So yeah, that's like the bottom line, being jobless. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still chugging along, gonna pull through it, and it's been really good. I've done pretty much everything I've wanted recently. I'm a little behind in watching everything that's coming out for this season in anime, but
I'm not.
Oh really? Oh my gosh. Well, I'll definitely rely on that. Nice.
It is mainly because now I have like a reason to watch anime. Like, even if I don't.
Well,
if it's not the genres that I like. Because it's like, I'm doing research, so I'm kind of busy.
Yes.
So like, what are you doing? I'm watching anime. That's not busy.
It's not busy.
Of course it is.
It is.
So like, my super popular podcast depends on that.
That's right. Well, when we were still in school, we read manga and watch anime.
Yeah, a lot of times
during school.
During finals, I remember that I would get engrossed in a lot of mangas.
Oh yes. Oh my. Oh yeah. It just always seems that would happen. You have responsibilities during the day,
or 20 episodes of your favorite manga.
Yeah.
Or your current favorite manga.
Current. Oh yeah. Current. That's right.
That's how I finish a lot of the best mangas that I've read before. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the big ones that are coming out currently, like Komi-san. That was one of them. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. So I was thinking of the ones that I am currently watching for this season, and so you've probably seen them also currently. Let's see, Peach Boy Riverside.
Yeah.
And the aquarium one, the Aquatope on White Sand.
Oh yeah, I was watching that just before you came in.
Oh yeah.
So I may not be able to put a lot of input in that, but Peach
Boy.
Boy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we are. I'm pretty sure we are well versed now.
Oh yes. Yes. Yeah, we did some research on the Japanese legend.
Yeah, we just spent like 5 or maybe 10 hours, right?
Yep.
This is my not lying face.
Right. Oh my. Yep.
I mean, we've been seeing a lot of Momotaro tellings in a lot of animes. But this is the first time that we see an anime based on Momotaro, which is rather or really different from like the actual story. But I think that the roots come from the folk tale from Japan.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Could you give a summary on that?
So during our day-long research, we discovered that Momotaro, which means just Peach Boy, or a lot of times, according to our all-knowing God, Wikipedia, it says that also means kind of like eldest son. And one of the things that probably a lot of people would be wondering is like, oh, Momotaro is just Peach Boy. Okay, like let's just try to understand that a lot of times Japanese back in that time, because this is an Edo period tale, so we're talking about like 1600s or to 1800s. It's not that Japanese people didn't have like imagination with the names, but a lot of times like either in Japan or in other parts of the world at the time, they would name their sons or their offsprings according to a specific trait.
That's right. That's right.
In this case, Momotaro is the story of a baby who came out of a giant golden peach.
Yep.
And he was the first son, therefore the eldest son of an elderly couple who couldn't have children.
Oh, that's right. They were childless. Yeah.
And so something that I was kind of confused with this folktale is that I don't understand the purpose. At least during the Edo period, I mean, if it's just like a tale that is like, okay, it's a hero.
Oh, sure.
It's strong.
Goes out.
Enemies, beats the enemies.
Yeah.
Recovers everything that was lost.
Right.
And everyone's happy. I'm trying to understand what was the purpose of that, because I mean, it's a great tale.
Oh yes, yeah.
But I remember I read a book that it's called The Hero of a Thousand Faces.
Oh, that's the one about the hero's journey, right?
That's a book that explains what a hero. I mean, it's more. I don't remember the author, but it's more of a detailed explanation of what a tale with a hero has to have. So like the hero, has to be strong, but he has to fall. Either he has to be beaten, he has to be killed, or he has to sacrifice for his peers. Then he has to re-rise and beat the enemies. Which is like a really long book, but it explains a lot of like heroes, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of people mad, but it actually make like some comparisons with the Bible.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, in the Bible we have a hero that saves everyone, then he's killed, then he comes back to life and saves everyone again.
Yeah.
Or some other stories like
oh, sure. Like let's see here. Like Narnia.
Yeah.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of those like overreaching, overarching, really like massive tales.
Yeah, and unlike this Beach Boy, I'm still very confused.
Oh yeah,
like the way it was written.
Yeah,
back in the day,
where it came from, what they were thinking when they wrote it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is a really odd story. Just like a boy pops out from a peach. It's really random. Seems like. Yeah.
And he made friends with a dog a monkey, and I don't remember the last one.
Oh, right. But, a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But he made friends with them in exchange for food.
Oh.
From some like dangos that her mother prepared for him.
Oh, yes.
Like, hey, you want to help me? I have food.
Those are delicious.
And they must have been like one heck of good dango.
Oh, right.
In order for those animals to fight alongside Momotaro.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my. Mm-hmm.
And well, also coming back to the anime, it is really interesting. I don't know if you noticed, but they have like their own Sharingan in their eyes.
Oh.
So when they're using the power of the Peach Boy to beat the ogres,
that's right.
They have some sort of peaches in their eyes.
Oh. Channeling the power.
Yeah, and according to the anime, like Momotaro was not the only one that came from the preacher that drew strength from the peach, because apparently the peach came from the gods in the story, and now in this anime we are in kind of like a medieval fantasy world.
Yeah,
which is far from Japanese.
I was also curious on that. It does seem to be a very like prevalent type of setting in a pluralith. Oh man, if I knew how to say that word, I would. Well, anyway, yeah. Out of a lot of anime, they do have that type of setting, medieval setting, and she's a princess. And she like wanders out.
Yeah, I think she was. I mean, so far for what we watch from the anime, she's an exiled princess.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's still a princess, but
right,
with no powers,
or like disowned.
Exactly.
Disowned princess. Mm-hmm. And she encounters like a bunch of people along the way. Rabbit folk.
Yeah.
Is one of them.
Rabbit folk and. Most recently, one of the guardians of a kingdom that was nearby.
Oh yeah,
and she is looking for one of the main characters. What his name? Makoto? No.
Mikoto.
Mikoto, yes.
Mikoto.
And he's looking for Mikoto, which so far the only things that we know is that. He's also Peach Boy, and he's probably stronger because he has two peaches in like one peach in each eye, unlike the princess which only has in one. So it's I don't know how to feel about that anime. Cause, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's something rather new.
Yeah,
because we've had a lot of power fantasy animes before, but they were somehow like original stories, like with the same ideas of like, oh yeah, superpower, like overpowered hero.
That's right.
But in this one, it comes already from a tale that it was an already overpowered hero.
Yeah.
So. I'm excited to see how it's gonna turn out.
Definitely, and see how the retelling kind of fits into this new setting and everything. Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how they pull it off, and also kind of how they pull off the whole Oni ogre story aspect also, because there's a lot of like history in that too. But yeah, the Peach Boy, Momotaro, he just kills them almost indiscriminately, and from like the legends. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do in this anime.
Yeah, it is something very curious because in both the anime and the folktale, uh, it never mentions, or not that I remember, a moment that he struggled. And we've already seen in the anime that even with when the Peach Boys get attacked by like a giant beam, everything around them disappears except for the place where they are.
Where they are, right?
Which is
already
it is exciting, but at the same time it's kind of worrying, because a lot of animes they pull the you think you can kill me just by killing me, and it's like, yeah, that's how it works.
That's how. Oh no!
But
oh dear!
But lately, a lot of animes have been have been doing that.
Oh yeah, quite a few. Oh, that's gonna be odd. Oh man.
So I think that the struggle of power fantasy animes and how they actually developed, like a struggle for like the heroes, because at the beginning you think like the rabbit girl fairy
Frau.
Frau.
Oh yes.
It's super strong, and then the princess goes all yandere, and
yeah, she's really scary. She's not like a normal like heroine. She's really scary.
Yeah, she's kind of messed up. Not like the young Sasuke.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
That he is already like mysterious and all powerful and all of that, and he seems that he can manage going to the Momotaro mode and the regular self, but she just goes berserk and all yandere.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary, and it would be interesting to see if she goes berserk against like her friends eventually, or something like that. That would be like a good struggle.
That would, because that would also put a curveball in like the hero arc. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh man.
And I guess something also interesting to note about Momotaro was that during World War II it was used as propaganda, and I mean at this time now I can see it happening. I don't know about the Edo period, because it was not it was during the warring states of Japan, but it was already like during the time where Japan was fighting Russia and America. So I can see Japan using Momotaro as like the eldest son going to defeat the demons.
Right. Yeah.
That's still like the questions that I have is like, yeah, it's an excellent tale, but I need the reason why it was written back in that time.
Oh, right. It's a mystery to us because we don't know a lot.
I mean, it's not like the other period was all sunshine. It was kind of messed up. But
true. Yeah.
But I don't see the need of that kind of tale in that time.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do some more research on that. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, luckily, we'll probably keep talking about Momotaro in future episodes.
We will.
As the anime develops a bit more of story and lore, and we'll see what happens with our Peach Boys.
Yeah.
And Peach Girl.
And Peach Girl. That's right. And Rabbit Girl. Yep.
And the ogre girl who's no longer an ogre. Spoiler alert.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's not a spoiler because it is plainly seen on like the first picture.
Right. All the previews.
So they saw it coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh dear. Wow. Yikes. Oh yes. So another anime that we let's see. Another one is Aquatope of the White Sand, the one with the aquarium. I'll probably briefly mention this. It looks really good so far. Yeah, there's this girl, and she's in like the acting, singing business, but then she quits. So she like totally leaves that scene, and uh, she seems kind of sad for it because she wasn't a really good fit for it. She's too like laid back, too quiet, I think, is what the story is. But then she goes to this town uh, by the coast, and then falls in love with the aquarium, and so she starts uh, like imagining herself being surrounded by water and like fish, and it's such a cool scene. So she even asks to work at the place, at the aquarium. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we talk about it during episode 4 or 5, I believe.
Oh yeah, we
And
did.
it's from PA Works, which lately we've all been well aware that PA Works work with these very emotional animes. I just recently finished watching one of my favorite animes that is actually from PA Works as well. It's the Hanahatsu Hiroha, the one of the girl that goes to work at her grandmother's inn.
Oh yes, yes.
So it is not one of those kind of like The Day I Became a God.
Oh sure.
Or like,
I think I cried at that one. Oh,
or like
so sad at the
Anohana
end.
that you at the end you're
my
like,
gosh.
I cried, but it's one of those
Right.
that moves you. So
Yeah,
I really like
yeah.
those kind of animes, and
Oh yeah.
that one that I just mentioned, it's a seinen anime, so it's for like a more mature audience,
Yeah.
and this one probably is also. Is it like a seinen anime, or
Yeah.
would you call it like a shoujo?
Yeah. That. Yeah. So yeah, I was also wondering that actually because PA Works, they do have a really good vibe, as you were saying, with being able to hit emotionally, and then also have like mature, but also like uh, stuff for the young audiences. This one, yeah, it's I kind of get a more mature vibe. Um, she she's young, but it seems like she's just out of high school, or at least like 17 years old, 17 to 18, I believe. And so uh, after leaving like her agency, it's like she's a failure. She feels like she's a failure. So yeah, I would say it is like a more mature vibe, but it does seem imaginative and fun at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I like about like sometimes seinen anime, which
Yeah.
like touches a lot of like sensitive topics, it's that a lot of times like the main characters are not in a happy place. Most of the time, they never are.
Yeah.
Like on like
yeah.
shoujo manga, which is like they're happy, but
All right.
something happened and they're kind of sad, and then they are happy again and they look to a
Yeah.
bright future.
Yeah.
But like
And
in
it's
these
upbeat.
more serious ones, they're like they were okay or probably not okay,
Yeah.
but it didn't
Yeah.
seem like that until they notice they are definitely not okay.
Right. Right. And it's hard. It's hard. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think that those kind of animes are really hard to replicate on kind of like a live action setting, because I've seen a lot of kind of like emotional movies that are that type of setting,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the anime version of some serious topic is like, yeah, this is serious, but we just like turn it down just a notch, just so it is kind of like edible.
Yeah, you could like show it in an anime setting, or maybe like put it together with supernatural elements, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and
yeah. I
you
can
can
see
put
that.
some like funny characters,
Right.
which are there just for like kind of like a stress relief of like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of serious, and it's like, oh, that was
Mm.
funny.
Oh yeah, for
Which a lot of
sure.
times on like a live action setting, if
Ah,
that were to happen, it would totally break
ah,
the momentum of the show.
oh, I see what you mean. It would. Right, right.
But with anime, it's still part of it. It blends in, and that's
Yeah,
what I like.
yeah. It works well. It works well together.
Yeah, I remember there was an anime. There was a huge freaking green bird, and it was kind of like a serious. It was a sports anime, but
Oh,
it
okay.
was kind of like a seinen sports anime. But there
Oh,
was this huge bird that you were like, what the heck is that doing there?
right, right.
But
It's out
somehow
of place,
somehow it looked
right?
natural on that
Real.
anime.
Oh my, fascinating.
And
Yeah.
I just want to imagine some like there's a new drama that I started watching on Netflix. It's called
Ah,
Virgin River. I mean, it's live action. It's in
ah.
like an American town, and I was just thinking like, if a freaking giant bird were to appear in that show,
Oh,
people would destroy that show.
oh, I see what you mean. Right, right. Because it's like it
Because
doesn't
like
work.
sometimes
It
there's
won't work.
comedy, like
Oh
not
yeah,
everything's
yeah,
drama, but
yeah.
if something extremely
Yeah.
out of place
Okay.
were to appear in that kind of program, people will go nuts, and they will quickly like
Fascinating.
downvote the
Oh
program.
yeah.
Unlike anime, is like,
Oh yeah. It's like celebrated.
yeah, okay. Sometimes it's just like,
Interesting.
oh, one of those again.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
And so, is that an original anime?
Ooh, let's see. I think there was some manga that I checked.
Okay.
So yeah, it looked like. Oh wait, let's see. Oh wait, no 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 no. It looked like PA Works. Um, it looks like an original from PA Works. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not sure where it came. Where uh, like it came within the studio, but it does look like there aren't any manga. Yeah.
Well, and I actually like the bravery from
Oh
PA
yeah.
Works
Ooh
of releasing
yes.
a lot of original
They yeah.
anime
I was thinking they do that.
that that they are not afraid to show an original anime,
Uh,
and they are sure because they already have all that past. They're like, this is gonna be a hit.
right.
They're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and if it's not a hit, like internationally, at least it's a hit
Mm,
uh, on Japan.
yeah.
And
Yeah. Most likely.
I mean, sadly, or I mean, maybe that's a good thing, but like the Japanese, I think, business mindset is like,
Mm,
if it goes good in Japan, that's what we want.
that's right.
And a
That's
lot
right.
of times, since those are originals, they make like just like the final episode and that's it. So
Ooh, that's true. That's
you can either
true.
want more and you're like, we want more, so they're like, oh well, that's over, but we
Yeah.
have this other original one.
That's right.
Instead of just like worrying like, oh, we're not having a lot of uh,
Mm, mm.
purchases from the DVDs or the mangas. It's like, no, we just
Oh
have the
yeah.
DVD. It's
Oh
there if you
right.
want it.
Yeah. And they do really well. Yeah, it's very impressive actually. I'm really impressed that they have such a great standing and like a very steady reputation.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the animes that I wanted to talk about, there were two, but probably we will just be able to cover one, and I just want to talk about that one. It's one of the most recent ones, and the other one is kind of old, so we can save it for later. And so I watched on Netflix over the weekend The Daily Life of an Immortal.
Me too, actually. Oh, I also watched that, the whole thing. Yeah. Yes. It reminded you of Saki K.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the disastrous life of Saki K.
It's like a little bit more serious Saki K.
Right, a little bit more serious. Yeah.
This is a Chinese anime /
That's right.
manga.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. I noticed that every episode it began with like from Chinese literature is what I remember. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it is so interesting because like in Psychic K, he's told that he's a psychic and he's super powerful, and like if he gets off
his limiters,
his headset,
yeah, that's right.
The world will be destroyed or something.
It'll be way too much power. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which on Psychic K, he is the only one with these powers, and I mean, there appears some other like girl.
Oh sure.
That is kind of psychic, or
like,
yeah, the guy
or
who
a guy who
with
sees ghosts.
Ghosts.
Oh right. But like for him, he is one of a kind at being at his level.
But also the setting in this world is that everyone has some sort of magic, and they're not called wizards; they're called immortals.
That's right.
Which is really interesting because they call it that they cultivate or something. Because it's not exactly magic; it's cultivism or something like that.
Yes.
I don't quite remember.
Either like spirit cultivation or I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, which was really interesting because I remember kind of like a year ago I was reading a Chinese manga, and it was about like a guy who got like revive himself like a lot of years after thanks to cultivation, and then he eventually was becoming like the most powerful being, and no one could lay like a finger on him at all, which I thought was super silly.
Okay.
And I think that on this anime, they take advantage of that.
Ooh, they do.
Because they already tell you like he's the most powerful, but he doesn't want to stand out.
Yeah.
But somehow, still, because he's so powerful, he is bound to stand out.
Yeah, he can't help it. Even with the talisman limiter, trying to stop him from using like full out power. Yeah, so silly.
Yeah, and so this talisman works as like to lower his powers as well as his emotions. So he always acts lifeless.
That's right. Oh.
And he makes like the most popular girl fall in love with him. Just because he counters the magic and then he destroys the magic, but still the girl is in love with him.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Oh goodness. And he can't help it because she just is like so she's so like infatuated by him.
I thought it was funny, and and I am really grateful to Netflix because I binge watch it.
Yes.
The 16 episodes. So I went to bed like at 5 a.m.
What? Oh, okay. I spaced it out in a few days, but Wait, on a weekday?
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
Okay, weekend. Right.
No, it was from like Saturday to Sunday.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because I started watching it like
Goodness gracious.
like at 9 p.m. when I just finished watching some other anime, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Right. Because it popped up in my feed. So I think
it popped out in my feed too.
Yeah.
I'm scared of how well Netflix knows us.
Yeah. That's right.
You're like, oh, look at this weeb. He will like this. Shoot it.
Take it. Yep. Yeah. What did you think about like cultivation and like their swords?
I mean, I will have to do definitely a lot more research on like what the Chinese cultivation is. If it's like something that is from like traditional kind of like thinking.
It does seem like there's something behind it.
It seems something like that. Because in other genres, or like if we go back to Japanese anime, or even some other like American cartoons.
Oh sure. Yeah.
That sort of kind of like play is just straight out magic.
Right. Like straight up magic, or like chakra, or some sort of like some sort of power that you can
here
tap.
it seemed like it was part of nature, which in some cases, like in some animes or just like books, they still say like, oh yeah, magic is just part of the nature. And we were talking about that during like the 13 episode.
Yeah.
That magic was around like the world just like everything else.
Yeah.
But in this one, I don't know if probably there's something like lost in translation from like Chinese to English.
It could be.
Which they just always say like cultivation, and it's like because I always say like cultivation, and my Spanish speaking part of my brain thinks that cultivation is just like plants and and crops,
like, tending to things that grow.
And I'm like, I was happening.
Say, Interesting.
And with the swords, I think like their swords were just like to channel out some more of like their spiritual energy. Kind of like just as a staff works for like a wizard, like to channel their energy. So,
and it focuses their power. Yeah, absolutely.
But it was interesting to see like that how many types of cultivations there were. Because I mean, he had like I mean, he could do everything.
Oh yeah, he could do everything. There was like dark energy magic, and there was like water magic, and like looked like fire.
Yeah, fire.
And they also have some like alchemy too.
Yeah, and some
little bit
kind of like metal bending or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, metal. That's right.
And it was just so silly. I don't know if that was intent, because he could mess up with time. He created a brand new world just because the girl he liked was killed.
Right.
And the world and the girl he liked didn't exist on this new world that he created, because apparently like her whole essence was destroyed.
Yeah.
And down on the underworld, they were like, oh no, she's the girlfriend of the boss.
Oh, right. That was so weird. And it's like a young child on the throne of like the underworld. So it's like, oh wait, you are this person. It's like, oh, this is just a dream.
Yeah. So
And they
it,
send her back.
it was really exaggerated.
It was.
It didn't feel
was.
forced.
Yeah,
It was really
very
exaggerated.
Funny. Yeah.
And they were going for that silly, funny, and that like lots of fuel for action. So your monkey brain would be happy, like, oh yeah, we're seeing a really big fight,
and you're like you're excited and you're like drawn into it. Absolutely.
You already knew what was going to happen. He's like, oh yeah, he's just
right
gonna turn Super Saiyan, which he kind of does.
Yeah.
And he's gonna beat the crap out of everyone.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Which
yeah. Oh yes.
Which,
from like the Shadow faction or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an enjoyable anime.
It was.
I mean, and we were talking about like anime spreading in other parts. I mean, it's still Asia, but it's not only now like a Japanese thing.
Yeah. China, Philippines. That's right.
I mean, more recently, we've had some manhwas, which are from like the South Korean mangas, which was like Tower of God, God of High School, or
that's
Novelist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they were still produced in Japan, so I don't know if it counts. Probably like half and half.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, all really exciting. Yeah. Well, these are all pretty exciting from around the world. Hope you watch the Immortal. What's the title?
The daily life of the Immortal King or something like that.
The daily life of the Immortal King. And thanks again for joining us in Jobless Weebs.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching anime.
Yep. Till next week.